we're going to talk style and fashion because this is an area that I have always loved. In fact, when I was younger, I used to actually spend my art time drawing pictures of different styles. Oftentimes, it was like the same basic look with tweaks, and they were very minor, but people would look at them and they'd be like, "You should be a fashion designer." I then later learned that to be a fashion designer requires math skills. I did not have any math skills. It requires you to be able to sew, and I ended up having to pay a student in my class to finish hemming a skirt for me because I sewing is just not my thing. I attempted the whole Disney princess learning how to sew thing, and it's just I didn't have the aptitude for it. So, one of the things I recognized is knowing where my strengths are and knowing where my weaknesses are. I will take my things in if they need to be professionally hemmed. I am not going to try to do it myself. It will probably look awful. I'll probably feel really bad and just no. But one of my strengths may not be creating the garments and it may not be sewing them. However, I can put them together. And had I known that personal shopper was a thing, if I had watched Gossip Girl and Desperate Housewives and learned that that was actually a thing that people would have paid me money for, maybe I missed my calling as a personal shopper. I did do retail for a number of years. I used to follow the women around in the store when they would ask me for advice on what handbag would go with their outfit. I was very good at selecting those. Ask my beautiful Mama Lynn, who I adopted way back in my 20s, and she'll tell you, I knew I had a very distinctive, classy sense of style. And I carry that with me today. And you may have seen my post yesterday on my Facebook that said that I had basically gone on a shopping spree. And the reason I've gone on my shopping spree is because as a mom, we're often told to sacrifice ourselves and get for our children and to not buy too much. And at the same time, I had a house fire back in 2019. All of my pieces that I'd collected and accumulated over 10 years' time, they had been classic pieces. They never would have gone out of style until they all got melted. But today I'm going to share with you because, Mama, I get it. You don't want to break the bank. And even if you have the money to spend, you might want to invest it in something else besides going and splurging a whole lot of money on yourself. Totally with you on that. Not to mention, minimalism is like a godsend for moms because we don't want to be bogged down with a huge closet of clothes that we have nothing to wear. You know what I'm talking about. It's like when you have so many clothes, it's so dense and everything is out of style, and you're just like, I have nothing to wear. Wouldn't it be nice if you went into your closet and you knew exactly what pieces went with what, and you could pick out outfits and you could have multiple outfits from that? You could have a few choice accessories, you'd have a few choice pair of shoes, and you wouldn't have to keep following trends that go out of fashion. Because one of the things that I find incredibly frustrating, and I was even talking to another mom in the store yesterday about this, is that women's fashion, I'm not sure if men understand this, but women's fashions, they change so often, don't they? Like the colors are different. So you might find something in the right style, but it's not in the right shade. It's not in the right color. Or maybe you find the perfect color for you, but it's not the right fit. And as women, we have certain body types. We are not one size fits all. We have different skin tones. We have different aesthetic looks that we're trying to pull off. We want to look elegant and we want to look like we're stylish, but even as moms, do we really have time to go and pore over the fashion magazines and get the latest trends that's just going to go out of style? You know this, especially if you've been around for a while. You know that that's going to go out of style. It's not going to stay in, like, it's just not. You're going to look outdated. So how do you look like you're fashionable, you're fashion forward without having to spend money on trends, without having to break the bank, and still be able to pull it off so that people, when they look at you, they go, wow, that is a put together mom. What's her secret? How is she able to do it? All right. You ready? How do I manage to look so put together? I mean, right now my hair is kind of limp because it's something's going on with the humidity and it's messing with my bangs. But if I was to go out professionally, I would I would likely go down to my stylist and I would get my hair done for an event. The thing is, before we get into the actual fashion, you need to have the understanding that you can't just go to any stylist. You can't just go to any salon. When you're picking someone who's going to be a professional doing your hair, doing your nails, they need to get to know your personal style. They need to care enough about their job, about their career, that it's their passion to make you look more beautiful. You do not want to go to the person who's just doing this to make money. And you do not want to go to the person who just likes to try the latest trend on everyone, no matter if it's going to work for them or not. You want to go to the one who truly sees you, sees what you're trying to do, and wants to enhance that, which is what I do when I'm hiring a stylist. If I have a professional doing my nails, they're going to know my distinct style. Now, this takes time to find. This also takes time to build that rapport and that relationship. But then you get to the point where you're walking into that salon or you're walking into that establishment and they know who you are. They know what you like. They know that if they suggest something that is maybe a little bit of a change, but could upgrade your appearance a little bit, that you will be more receptive to that because of that trust and rapport. So you might have noticed I got my eyebrows done recently. I also have changed my nails. They used to be red. I've decided to go with rose gold. More on that in a minute, why I chose that specific color. But the fact is that you really want to get that rapport going so that when you do decide to make an upgrade, you're not buying too much. It was only $15 extra from what I normally spend at the salon for me to get my eyebrows done. And sometimes these little upgrades that happen, they don't even cost you extra at all. I recently discovered that it doesn't cost any extra for me to add little flowers and decorative jewels to my big toe when I get a pedicure. And it does upgrade the look that I'm going for. Or sometimes I get like the ring finger gets a little design too with the jewels. But you want to keep these changes simple. You don't want it to be too much. Just a little bit of sparkle in the right spot can do so much more than if you go through and you bling yourself right out. So what I'm going to share with you in this video is basically how I managed to have a capsule wardrobe with a few pieces. Now, I don't have everything here, but I do have a selection. You're going to get some visuals on what you're going to want to buy when you go shopping and decide to upgrade. And don't worry, some of these even work while you're chasing little kids around. I've done it. And even though my kids are now school age and one's going into middle school, I still have to chase after them. So I recognize what's going to work for me, even if I do have little kids that I'm taking care of at some point. So, first, we're going to go into the clothes. Now, the key to a fashionable look is how they fit. You want clothes that fit you, your body type, your style. You don't want them too loose. When you wear things that are too loose, first of all, you're not going to feel very good in it. Sure, it'll be comfortable. And at the same time, you know that comfort, when it's too comfortable, you're going to feel like you're wearing your pajamas. You're not going to have that confidence. You know what you look like. I don't even have to tell you. So, yeah, I sometimes have loose t-shirts and I have things I wear around the house. I have what I call cleaning dresses, in which I wear an old sundress. It's loose, it's ratty. It's not something that I would want somebody to see me in outside of the house. Then I have other pieces that I wear. That's like, it's still casual. It's something I go to the beach. I don't mind if it gets dirty. And at the same time, you can upgrade that. I could take that same look that's nice and casual, and I can add a few pieces, and suddenly it's dressy. I'll tell you about those pieces as we get through this. But first, the wardrobe staples you really want to have. A really good, nice fitting pair of yoga pants. In black, preferably. Black is slimming. It is classic. If you have a really nice pair of yoga pants, you can easily dress that up. So you can go and have your yoga or just do your exercises or chase after the kids. You're comfortable. And if you pair that with the right top, suddenly those yoga pants are dressed up. Add a skirt, and now you've got a layered look where they look like leggings, not yoga pants. Again, the key is picking the right fit, the right style, and the right color. If you are picking multicolored yoga pants, you can tell that's not going to work. So you want a nice pair of yoga pants. You want a nice pair of dark fitting jeans. Darker, the better, because you can go from day to night and still look super classy. You can pair that with a blazer. Now it's business casual. Another one that I don't typically have because I don't wear a lot of pants is really nice dress pants. I used to have these in my wardrobe, especially when I was working retail as an assistant manager and a manager. But now I'll go with a skirt. So you want to go with a really nice skirt. And I actually have an example here. Oh, that's the dress. Pencil skirt. Pencil skirts coming down to the knee. They can have a little slit up the side, not too high. Those are classic. They will never go out of style. You get a nice dark pencil skirt. You get one that's in a nice splashy color, like my red one that I'm technically wearing right now. It's the same shade of red as this. And then you get a white one or cream if you prefer cream. You can also do beige. I tend not to do beige because I'm already very, very pale. And having too much beige in my wardrobe does not work for me. So you get the pencil skirt. Another really good one that you want to have is a dress that you can go from day to night. Simple, elegant, form-fitting, just a nice scoop neckline, not too low because you don't want to have a wardrobe malfunction. And what you can do is you can pair this with other accessories based on where you're at. Sometimes I wear this dress. You might have even seen me in this dress. I will wear it with a blazer. Now it's business. If I take the blazer off, now it's a date dress. I pair it with sparkly earrings, which I will show you. And I don't have the earrings here, but I do have the pearls. I have a couple necklaces, and I have some other accessories. I mean, I have so many of these now because I do like my accessories. I do like my jewelry. And I also like it to have a statement because I don't wear too many pieces at once. So you get the dress, you get a pencil skirt, you're set. Now, because of the fact that unfortunately fashions change very often, what you want to do is you want to get one in black, you want to get one in a white or cream, whichever works best with your complexion, or beige, basically neutral colors. You get your neutral colors down, you have one of each neutral color, and then you pick your signature color. I don't think I have to tell you what my signature color is. I've picked red, and I've picked a shade of red that goes well with my complexion. I'm very selective on the shade. So once you do find the key piece in your wardrobe that is your signature color in your signature shade, that's when you make sure that every time that that shade comes in style, because colors do circulate and they do come back into style, then you go and you get those pieces again. You're like, okay, I don't have this color skirt yet. Now I do. Now it's finally in. Now I can get it. Another one, if you are looking, this is new, and I do not have any affiliation with this brand at all. At the same time, I discovered it last year when I was in my travels for Instagram and Facebook, and I love it. First of all, it's eco-friendly. They go and make these to order. So you put your order in, they don't waste anything, and then in a couple of weeks, they make it and they ship it. So it takes a while for it to get to you. So if you're going to be going away on a trip and you're thinking you want that dress, probably not going to work. But if you're really thinking ahead, this company is amazing. They're called Hilera. And let me just show you. So this dress, it seems simple enough, but it's also moisture wicking. It dries very, very quickly. It is nice and cool for the summer. And my favorite feature of it is that it comes with built-in shorts and a pocket. This is my new staple, mom dress. This is now the dress that I'm going to wear with my kids because as I noticed when I was a young mom, having sundresses in my collection, it was really helpful to have the longer sundresses. They were nice and easy. I could go and grab the kids and run in them and nothing would fall out and I'd feel better. I really don't enjoy putting on pants, especially when I was pregnant. I really think that pants and pregnancy do not go well together, at least not for me. I don't enjoy it. So I had a lot of sundresses that even in my postpartum, they were loose enough that I could wear them, still feel pretty, still feel elegant. And at the same time, they would grow and change with my body. And I didn't have to go shopping for new pants every couple of months as I got smaller or as I was getting bigger when I was pregnant. So having sundresses, it's a staple. Now, if you're going to get a sundress again, the same thing applies. You want to have you in your signature color. Sometimes floral is even really awesome. I like white with my little red flowers. You might have seen that dress. And then the other one is having having a black sundress that can go from day to night, having a white one, having a colored one, and mixing in the different styles that are still elegant enough that doesn't have too low cut. So if you're chasing after kids all of a sudden, you're not worried. And if you're still a breastfeeding nursing mom, then what happens is that you can also just go in from the top very quickly, very discreetly, nurse your baby. Everything's like, it's just so much easier than having to try to fumble. I love my sundresses for that reason. Plus, they make really great day to night outfits, especially when paired just right and when you get the right colors. Another one. Now, if you are looking to go out for the night, you might have also seen me wear this one. You can never go wrong with a velvet dress. The key is making sure that you get the cut that is most flattering for your chest shape. Obviously, if you have a wider bust, you're going to want something with more coverage. If, however, you are a lot smaller, then you're going to want something that gives the illusion of curves. And if you're like me, where you've got kind of an hourglass figure, again, you're going to want to pay attention to one key area that you're playing up an asset on without being like overly showy. The key to an elegant dress is recognizing that you can show a little bit of skin in a key area and you can play up your features. And at the same time, everything's contained and you're not showing off too much at once. And if you're going to choose a textured fabric, you can never go wrong with silk or velvet. Those are classic pieces. Now, I tend to wear this one in the winter because velvet is more for winter and silk is more for the summer. So that's the other thing you want to keep in mind. You don't really want to wear velvet in the summertime because it's a very warm fabric. But having a velvet dress at a certain length, you don't want a short one. You want one that goes to knee length or even down to mid calf or to your ankle, depending on what you're going to be using this for. This is my, I've got to go for a night on the town dress, or I want to just look really, really chic. And it's got nice little straps that kind of give the hint of it's not super, super formal. It's more like a party type dress. Now, if I wanted to dress this up, I would probably get something that was either white or silver or even black that allows me to cover my shoulders. Maybe it would be a nice lace cardigan. Would probably go well with that because velvet and lace go very well together. But again, you want to keep this based on your colors and the contrast, and the time of year also helps. Now, finally, we are into the fun part. What do you add for accessories? Because you've got your dresses, you've got your day to night dresses, you've got your more casual outfits that you wear when you're chasing kids around that you still look dressed up in. And then on top of that, what do you wear on your feet? Okay. I love shoes. Absolutely love shoes. And at the same time, I am smart enough not to break the bank on shoes. When I go out and get shoes, it's with the idea that these are going to last me 10 years. And I make sure that I take care of my shoes. So even if you go and splurge on a pair of shoes, which you don't have to break the bank, you can probably get a nice pair of shoes for $50 and up. Like sometimes I find them on sale, they're $150 and they were regular $200. And the most expensive ones I bought, you recognize these, right? So what do you wear on your feet? Well, first of all, if you've picked your signature color, as I suggested you do, then you know that you have some key pieces in your wardrobe that have that signature color, like this dress. If you've got this dress, you need to have the right pair of shoes, right? And you might want your shoes to match your dress. So then you get your signature piece, that would be a dressy shoe, sparkly, and in your signature color. See how well that goes? So you have that. Now you can also have this as an accent piece, because one of the key things to recognize is that if you're going to dress up and have the sense of style and have it your own unique sense of style, you have your signature color and you have your neutral colors with it. And you don't wear more than 3 colors at a time. And if you're going to wear 3 colors, then the third color is going to be an accent color that is barely noticeable. So if I wanted to wear this as an all, like I'm all out and I'm wearing the red with the red, that's one thing. But if I just wanted to wear these shoes and just to dress up a casual outfit, what I would do is if I was wearing something black, like a day dress with a black blazer, or even a day, like red blazer and the red shoes, and then the black dress. So you basically want to have one piece that is most of your outfit, so about 60%. And then you go about 30% in your secondary color. And then you do 10% if you're doing an accent piece. Otherwise, it's 60-40. I tend to do just 2 colors. So if I'm really going to be focused on what colors I'm going to wear, it's going to be about 60-40, or it's going to be 60-30-10 is what I go for. This allows you to look put together. This also allows you to not have to think very hard about what goes with what. If you have your signature colors and you have your neutral colors, all that goes together. I mean, red goes good with tan. Red goes good with cream and white. Red goes really well with black. When you pair those colors, it just works. The same for blue, the same for yellow. When you really look at the palette, you can see how that works. Now, what about the metallics? Okay, so that one, gold, silver, white gold. I really like white gold, and rose gold. I prefer rose gold and I prefer white gold and I prefer silver. I'm not so much a fan of the yellow gold, mostly because that just does not go with my overall style. But maybe yellow gold looks good for you, and that's why you need to figure out what your metals are. Once you know what your metals are, then you can be like, okay, these are the key pieces I want. So in my wardrobe, I have the white and pearls, 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 and rhinestones or diamonds never go out of style. They are glittery. They just have just enough sparkle, just enough class. They can dress up even the most casual outfit. That's why I really love headbands, because they're such a tiny little detail that not everybody catches. And they also serve another purpose. If you're wearing a headband as opposed to tying your hair back, this allows you to keep your long hair and still keep everything out of your face. I love headbands. And I like the smaller, daintier headbands because I am a smaller person. Some people prefer the bigger headbands, and if you're going to do that, you need to recognize that if you have too many chunky pieces in your wardrobe, you're going to want to only have 1 or 2. So the other thing, purses. If you're going to get a purse, you want it to be able to hold just enough that you're going to carry. You don't want a big bulky purse unless you're going to the beach, in which case that's different. But having something small with a nice little chain and a nice little strap, it's nice and elegant, nice little detailing. Notice how it's not too flashy, and at the same time, it's just flashy enough. If you're going to get a handbag, you want it to be 1 in white for the summer, 1 in black for the winter, and then you want a fun color if you're really splurging. When I was working at Bentley with my dear friend Lynn, we had certain purses, and she remembers this, that I ended up buying it in every color. The first year it was in white, the second year they came in black, and then the third year they finally came out with the color red that I wanted. And I loved it because it was such understated detail. Like, again, look at this purse. It's very plain. There's no labels or anything on it. You can't tell if it was $20 or $200, and it doesn't matter because as a mom, you don't want to spend, even if you do have the money to spend on designer, what happens if your child gets a hold of it, right? You don't want to do that. So you go and pick up a nice purse. Doesn't have to be expensive. You're looking for fine lines. You're looking for just a little bit of an accent to it. And you're looking for that elegant color. Back to the shoes. White, 4-inch heels. These can be dressed up or dressed down. Obviously, you're not going to want to run around in heels, though, if you're chasing kids, which is why yesterday I picked up some flats. Notice how these aren't completely plain. It's just got just enough detailing to be interesting. These can go again from day to night. If I wanted to get them even dressier, I would add maybe a little bit of sparkle, maybe a little bit of detail. Not too much again, just enough to add that pop of sparkle. Finally, the last pair of heels that you want in your collection, black. Classic black. So out of your heels, even if you only get 3 pairs of heels in your lifetime, white, black, and sparkle. Something sparkly in your signature color, and you'll have everything you need. Now, eventually, I will probably pick up, since this is my first pair of classic flats, I will probably pick up these in black, and I will likely pick these up in white. I might even pick these up in my signature color if I can find it. This red is very tricky to find. Usually when I'm looking for this red, it comes out around Valentine's Day and Christmas, which is definitely not the time of year when they're going to have the sandals and flats out. So I might never get the color, the pop of color, but that's okay. Usually in the summertime, I'm going to the beach anyway, and I'm taking my shoes off and I'm dipping my toes in the sand. Finally, we're going to go into our accessories. So as you already saw, pearls are a classic. Now you can wear these for business. You can wear these on a date with your man. You can wear these at a party. You can wear these just casually. You can use this to dress up any outfit. I used to wear pearls all the time when I was younger. In fact, I kind of channeled my inner Blair Waldorf from Gilmore Girl, or not, from Gossip Girl, and Brie Vanderkamp from Desperate Housewives. I love pearls. They're just so classy. When you wear pearls, I mean, I know there's a whole meme about clutching your pearls, but when you're also truly a compassionate person, it doesn't matter if you're wearing pearls. It's the status of recognizing that a good string of pearls doesn't even have to be expensive. You can go and get them at Claire's or some other accessory store, usually around prom time, although it was really hard to find them this time. I was surprised. But getting pearls, I will probably get these in white as well, because I like white and I like the pink. I love the pink pearls. There's just something about them. Plus, again, I have the white tiaras. So if you want something more dressy, this headband, you can see it's got pearls and it's got rhinestones. But again, it dresses up an outfit and it dresses up your hair just enough. And it doesn't have to be too much. Then there's this one. Notice how thin this is, how tiny. These are also technically my signature tiaras because I have always had a very distinct sense of style and I kind of like the princess motif. For necklaces, if you're not going to go pearls and you're not going to go full on sparkle, but you want just a little bit, this is actually something that my stepmother gave to me. This is a real diamond. And do you notice how it's just a very tiny pendant? Very tiny. You want something small that draws attention without being too ostentatious, especially since you can use this again as a small accent piece for business casual, or if you're just out and it's like, I just want to feel a little bit extra pretty, but I don't want to be overly flashy, and you just want to dress up a look. If you're wearing like nice dark jeans and a blazer and a regular top, and you just happen to have this, it automatically dresses up your look. Now, if you want to go for something even a little bit more, just a little hint of extra sparkle, this one right here, notice how there's a simple one pearl and there's little rhinestones around it. Again, simple, elegant, not too much. Now, obviously, if you're going to add extra sparkle, like maybe a necklace that's got even more jewel, then you're going to want to keep that to be like the only sparkly thing on you. Then you would want something simple in the dress, no more extra sparkly flashiness on the dress itself. And definitely keep the rest of the outfit mute. You might be able to get away with it on your feet. If you're trying to do that, again, it's top is sparkle, bottom is sparkle, the rest is neutral. If you do too much, you end up looking like you just stepped off a glitter truck. You don't want to do that. Plus, as a mom, when you're thinking about long term, you want these pieces to last. You also want these pieces to be like something that you're not having to think too much about saying, oh, those pearls don't go with this dress. This doesn't go with that. When you're thinking long term, you get those key pieces and you're like, okay, this is more plain. I can wear this. Or, hey, maybe you're into crystals. This can easily dress up an outfit or be an understated little accent piece in itself. Or a neat pendant, like my Phoenix pendant that I have, where you have this tiny little jeweled design of the Phoenix or whatever you're into. Again, having it small, having it distinctive, having it unique, and then the rest of the outfit just neutral. So those are my style tips. The other one I can say is that if you go to a really good nail salon and you just get the French tips, that in itself, you add that little bit of sparkle, then you have that with you no matter where you are. You could be wearing your yoga pants and t-shirt, but you've still got that little bit of sparkle on you. So you still feel put together. And then you just add a little piece of accessories, or hey, go out shopping, you just got your little handbag. It's really that simple. Finally, the last piece, I'm wearing it, is the blazer, paired with a simple gauzy top that is loose enough that it's still fitting, but it's not too tight and it's not too, like, it's not revealing, but it's just revealing enough to be elegant so that if you took off the blazer, suddenly you've got, again, the day to night look. All right. So if you have any questions about that, or if you'd like me to share more of my style tips in the future, you just comment below, let me know, send me a DM. I really do love fashion, and it has absolutely nothing to do with anything else that I teach. It's one of those little quirks that I haven't quite figured out how I can work fashion into coaching and figure that out yet. And at the same time, it's just fun. I really love it. And I really enjoyed sharing my picture yesterday of the things that I bought. And I love to go shopping, and to have someone else be like, you've got a really good sense of style. It's like, yeah, okay, well, maybe I could share more on that. So let me know if you enjoyed this. Tell me if you'd like me to share a little bit more, if you have any questions, or if you have even some style tips of your own you want to share. And I will see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.